Hi everyone, Merry Christmas. Today I just thought maybe we would do some gentle stretches, deep stretching, just to kind of get our bodies ready, relaxed, a lot of anxiety with Christmas. Let's try and release that. So coming into a nice, relaxed, seated position, just allowing yourself to feel comfortable, lengthening your back, just lifting yourself up. Bringing your hands to your thighs or your knees. Remembering that your seated position is whatever's comfortable for you. So if it does not feel right having your legs crossed, just let them go out straight. And we'll try and calm our minds. Doesn't mean getting rid of our thoughts or anything. They're going to stay there. It just means calming the chatter that's going on. Acknowledging those to-do lists and everything, but allowing them to just sit outside the door temporarily to give ourselves time for us. So just bring yourself focusing inward to your breath. Maybe you want your eyes closed, maybe a nice soft gaze. Just your natural breath. Just the inhales and exhales, really paying attention to that. And then slowly deepening that breath. Maybe inhaling to the count of 4. And exhaling, maybe a count of 5 or 6. Just a little bit longer than that inhale. Just releasing all that stale breath. Inhaling. And exhale. Just practice this nice deep breath just for a little bit here. Bringing your focus to that. Remembering this is the breath we want to hold throughout the practice. And also remembering yoga is non-harming. So if you feel any twinge of pain or you're unable to maintain that breath, coming out of the pose or going into a variation of it. And then from here, I will go to the side. If you have books or blocks, maybe couch cushions or a bolster, which you'll see back here, have them handy today. We can use them for some of the poses we're doing. It just helps make the pose easier and maybe a little less intense than typical. But I'm going to give you different variations of them because I know some people do have them, but others do not. Take your legs, bringing them out wide into almost like a wide leg stance. And then bringing your hand, the first variation is to just bring your hands down there and slowly walking forward. You don't need to maintain the straight back. You can if you like, or you can allow it to round. Bringing it till you feel the stretch here and then just holding it. Now, if you would like, another option is to take our blocks, putting them right in front of you, one flat, one high, and then allowing yourself just to fold over and maybe moving the blocks till they rest on your forehead or a very comfortable position on your head. And then bringing your hands, resting them on your legs. Or maybe you want them on the ground in front of you, on your mat. And then letting your focus just feeling the sensations in your body, the sensations in that lower back. Letting your muscles in your legs just release, letting those feet hang over to the side. Being aware of what's happening to your body at this moment. And then bringing that focus to your breath. That nice, full breath. By letting these muscles relax, remember that we are really focusing on those deeper connective tissues, stretching and strengthening. Just a few more breaths. And then slowly walking your hands back very gently and very slowly. Giving your body, being kind to it. You just let your body sit in a certain position for 3 minutes, and so it may be just a little fragile at the moment. Bring your legs together and then swing them off to the side, coming onto a tabletop position or onto all fours. Moving my blocks, or if you have books, using them. Checking your knees, making sure they're underneath your hips, maybe taking your hand and just kind of going down, just verifying it for yourself. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Then bringing your hands, walking them out away from you, in front of you. Letting your head come down to the mat. Now, if this is a little harsh on the arms and everything, bring that block or book in front of you to let your head, your forehead, rest on that block. And then feeling the sensations in this, being aware of what's happening in your body. Feeling that stretch in that lower back. This is really one of the ones, I keep saying it over and over. It helps take out those kinks in that lower back, and it feels so good. And just slowly bringing your focus back to that breath. If your focus, learn to talk here, is having a hard time focusing on the breath because the thoughts keep intruding, Maybe giving your mind something to really focus on as far as counting your breath, counting your inhales, maybe counting your exhales. Now, if your arms start getting tired, feel free to just let the forearms come down to the mat. There's no reason to kind of cause yourself any pain or strain like that. Remember to listen to your body throughout the practice and make adjustments as you need to. Just a few more breaths. You may feel the stretch in your arms. Feel the release in the lower back. And then slowly walking your hands back, coming into that tabletop position once more. And then from here, take your right leg, bringing it out in front of you, coming into a low lunge. So you'll find you want to make sure again that this knee is above your ankle and is not going over it. Your back knee can be right where it is, or if you want, you can slide it back just a little further. Just gives a little bit more intensity, nice hip opener. To help, take your books or blocks, bringing them beside you. Maybe you want them closer to you to rest your hands on. Just lifting your back up a little bit. Maybe you want them forward. Or maybe you would like to just forego the blocks and bring your hands down to the mat directly. Your blocks can be whatever height you would like. They do not have to be at the high level. From here, just feeling the stretch. Where do you feel it in your body? Do you feel it in the hamstring? Maybe a little bit in the quad? Remembering to let that left leg, just let those muscles in that left leg relax. What's holding you up is your arms, your front, your right leg. And again, making any adjustments if you need to. By stretching and strengthening those deeper connected tissues, it helps to give us a little more range of motion, a little more flexibility. Takes away that stiffness and the contracting of the muscles. That can happen if you're injured or anything. Your muscles will contract to protect that area. And with a little bit more flexibility, and you're able to release that. slowly, just taking your hands, pushing yourself back. Come back into that tabletop position, basically bringing your right knee back to where your left knee is. Maybe you were a little further out. And then taking your left leg, bringing that foot up while we focus on the other side. Again, just checking that line, your knee to your heel. And again, being aware of the sensations that are occurring. And then focus on that breath. And slowly again pushing yourself back. Drawing both your legs back. Let yourself come into a child's pose right now. Pushing yourself back onto those calves. Reaching your arms forward, letting your head come down to the mat. Feeling the release, letting your body sink into the mat. Maybe you want to take your hands and just rest them underneath your forehead. Take a few breaths here. And then slowly walk yourself up, coming into a seated position, sitting on your legs. And we will come back down onto our back. Bringing our blocks or our books with us. And from here, letting yourself rest onto there. For the first one, bring your feet closer to your body, knees into the air. You can rest your arms, maybe bringing them out wide, almost like you're trying to reach opposite walls. Lift your right leg into the air, cross it over your left leg like you're going to sit down in a chair cross-legged. And then allowing your legs to just fall over to the left. Now you can go completely over, feeling that your feet to the mat. You can take one of your books or your blocks and you can use it to rest your knee on if you would like. Whoops. And then just letting your gaze up to the ceiling, or maybe you want to look over to the right. Feeling the sensations as you're gently twisting that lower half of your body, bringing your focus back to your breath. And slowly, very gently, coming back to the center, lifting your knees up. Bring that right foot down next to the left foot. And this time, lift the left leg in the air, crossing over your right. Letting your knees fall over to the right this time. Maybe your gaze still on the ceiling or allowing it to look over to your left. Again, using the block, if you would like, to put it underneath your knee. And then slowly lifting your legs up again to the center. Bring your left foot down next to your right foot. From here, bring the soles of your feet together, letting your knees go wide. Maybe you want to use your blocks or your books, putting them underneath your knees, giving your knees something to rest on. Maybe that's not comfortable for you. Maybe you'd just like to lie here, relaxing. Just feel a hip opener. Letting your shoulders sink into the mat. The rest of your body, just relaxing all those muscles. Sinking into the mat, letting gravity take you. Feel these sensations. Being aware of what's happening in your body. And bringing your focus back to your breath. I know I constantly remind you, but sometimes it's easy to let our thoughts intrude. If they try, just acknowledge them and let them go. And then slowly bringing your legs, letting your feet come out to the width of the mat. Your legs resting gently. Feel yourself relaxing onto the mat. Maybe arms out wide, away from the body, palms up. Coming into a position that you feel comfortable to take time. Letting yourself just have some moments to just do your own little shavasana, quiet time. Bringing your breath back to natural breathing. Maybe letting your eyes close. Feeling your body just sink into the mat. Feeling the feet go out. Feeling the muscles in your legs release. With your lower back sinking into the mat. Releasing. Feeling your upper back just opening, the shoulders opening, melting into the mat. Release any tension in your facial muscles. Sometimes we tend to kind of clench up without even realizing. Let your arms just relax into the mat. Feeling a complete release, complete relaxation. And let yourself lie here for a little bit. Taking the time. Time for you. And I wish you a very Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah, which I know is past, but happy holidays, everybody. Namaste.